In the Tampa area where a sinkhole swallowed up 2 houses and a boat.
Yeah, now the drinking water actually could be a big issue for those folks who live near that massive hole. This is in the Land O'Lakes area. Today, Pasco officials, they're going to be testing the wells of the 9 homes in the immediate vicinity of the sinkhole. Also going to be testing 11 more homes in the neighborhood, just basically at random. Toxic chemicals and raw sewage have created a hazmat situation within the neighborhood, and officials say their first priority, of course, is to make sure that everyone's drinking water is still safe.
We believe, based on talking with the health department, talking with the Department of Environmental Protection, and talking with the professor from USF, that we are not going to have any type of contamination in the drinking water system for these wells.
So 2 houses, a car, a boat, septic tanks, and all the contents of the septic tanks, all of it mixed together in the 50-foot deep sinkhole that opened up on Friday. Thankfully, at last check, the sinkhole has stopped growing and spreading. So what does every homeowner basically need to know about sinkholes as far as insurance go? We've got Jack DeFato with property claim experts joining us live this morning to talk about it. Jack, good to see you. Homeowners policies, do most of them just basically cover sinkhole damage or no?
Unless you have a sinkhole endorsement, they really do not. It's in a case like the one in Pasco, your house actually has to fall in the hole before it covers it, meaning the house has to be condemned by the county.
Wow. Let me ask you this, because sometimes if you have hurricane, you might have hurricane coverage, but you've got flood damage. And they go, well, you don't have flood insurance. Well, the flooding happened because of the hurricane. Is that something similar with sinkholes as well?
Similar, but a little more hybrid. You've got catastrophic ground collapse, which most policies have because many insurance carriers do not cover sinkhole. For the people that are lucky enough to have it in the state of Florida, they also make it very impossible with the sinkhole deductible, which is 10% of your coverage A limits. What that means is if you got a $250,000 policy, the first $25,000 is on you. So it just makes it impossible.
Let me ask you, if you've got sinkhole coverage and you're one of the houses that is off to the side and is affected by this sinkhole, can you make any kind of a claim even though your house hasn't fallen into the hole itself?
Correct. So if you have sinkhole coverage, you can file a claim. The difference is that the laws have changed in the last couple of years. So it need to qualify under structural damage. If the engineers come out and they don't find structural damage, you're not going to be covered. In addition, the 10% deductible will still apply.
Okay, so I would not be able to get any relief because of that, unless my house is unlivable and it's fallen into the hole and they say it's condemned by the county. I'm basically hosed.
So if you have catastrophic ground collapse, which most people have because sinkhole insurance is so unaffordable, it would have to fall in the hole. So it's like I have a heart attack and I'm dying, but until I die, it doesn't trigger on. Now, if you have sinkhole coverage, you would still have to go through testing. I've got a sinkhole booklet right here of a structural damage test. You have to pass this criteria. This is probably 100 pages long. Once they say, okay, you've got structural damage, which is very stringent and hard to come through, then it would trigger to get sinkhole testing. A lot of people in Florida get denied based on this test. And they get intimidated by this long report. So if you're a homeowner, you've never done a claim before, you get this big intimidating report. You say, okay, the engineer is doing me right and he's tested it correctly. I'm trusting them.
Okay. Well, would you recommend getting it though? Let me just ask you that. Is it good to get?
In the Orlando area, it's much more inexpensive than the Tampa area. Pasco and Hernando are much more expensive.
Okay.
If I'm in Orlando, Lake Mary, Deltona, Kissimmee, absolutely.
Okay, I get you. Hey, Jack DeFato, we really much appreciate you coming in today. Thank you, sir.
Thanks for your time.
You bet.
7:51 right now on the